Anyway, it's very dark right now. But I'm making a video, basically just going live. So I'm not sure who's going to be online, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about the fact that today is 28th of July. So 28th July is, as I told one particular friend, it's not always the best day actually. I mean, years ago it was actually a terrible day. I remember that I actually tried my best to arrange particular, like holidays or vacations around this period. I can all be in places like New Zealand, Australia, or elsewhere around this period, so that I can, try to, take my mind off the Narcissistic discard, which was on the 28th of July. So and that was the thing. Okay, so I think that this is one thing about triggers. I mean, even anniversaries or days from particular dates or certain events when it happen, all this can end up becoming triggers for you. And I'm not pretending that I'm not like free or immune from all this. So let's just from them, just turn on the lights because it's a bit dark right now, and it sounds, no, it looks really dark. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm actually here, and I think that one thing that the psychologist actually told me before I actually took a really long break because of having a medical appointment. She has a medical appointment for a few weeks, and then after this I'm actually going on quite extended holiday for a while as well. So something she did before, like as part of the EMDR, was also about the triggers. We talk about events, but she also went into things like triggers, and one of the triggers that she was dealing with was the Manhattan pageant that I was in like about 7 years ago. So I remember that actually, now that I come think about it, it was crazy. I had been verbally and emotionally abused by one particular magnificent narcissist in my life while I was in it. It's so ridiculous. People claim that they don't care about what you're doing, but if they really don't care what you're doing, why are they trying so hard to attack at you, and to why did they show so much interest? And why then, years later, after that, in 2021, do they try to take part in that pageant to get something out of it, although they didn't win anything? It just shows that narcissists are always lying about everything. They lie about everything. They say that we don't really care, but they do care. They care a lot, and they care that you are succeeding or doing well in something. So they don't want you to succeed. They do their best to destroy and ruin your efforts in something. So I think that was what happened with the I think it was, I wasn't really interested in the pageant, like winning anything, because I was just using the network, and halfway through the thing I lost my interest in the whole thing, or I didn't really have much of interest anyway. But that particular one narcissist in my life, that was magnificent narcissist, was trying so hard to cast aspersions on everything I do. And then the thing is, it just makes me realize people like that are actually secretly envious. So dealing with the envy that they have is it takes kind of recognizing it to know, so that we can actually distance ourselves from them, or even cut them off. And sometimes we don't know. We only know what we know, and the truth is that we don't always take action until the very end. And sometimes we don't even take the action because what happens is that we always end up getting discarded first, or very often, not always, we often get discarded first. But now, 7 years looking back, I think that I'm really happy now, because now today I was actually walking to the bus stop. Today I don't really have anything, and that things there were last minute cancellation for one student who just told me that he might have something on, or he's going back to rest after his exam. So I wasn't expecting anything much, so I just thought I'll go to the gym, have a workout, and then I'll just try and get ready, do stuff like get money change or whatever, or all the stuff that you will do when you are going off on a holiday or vacation soon. There are things, speaking of which, including printing stuff. But that said, there was one thing that I kind of like crop up in my mind, and I was thinking, a few years ago, like after the discard, I was thinking, the trauma bond, how does it take to resolve it? So I actually, at that point in time, I was just thinking, and there are people who say that it takes a few years to resolve all trauma bonds and even the trauma from discard, whether you have or don't have therapy. And of course, therapy will help you to resolve it faster. I didn't go to, I had a counselor, but the counselor was dealing with certain things, other things actually, more of my own financial situation, because I wasn't really in a very stable regular job. I was drifting from things like tuition assignment to tuition assignment. Of course, the good ones will allow me to make quite a bit of money, but still you can't call it like a regular job because it's very ad hoc. Everything's very ad hoc. So that was my concern. Even now I'm still very concerned about that, but in the meantime, I'm actually looking for options like studying and doing something else, and I think that this is something that is kind of eventual. But I just kind of realized this, when it comes to things like recovery and everything, this is something that I'm still dealing with and or processing, even though it's 7 years from the discard. Okay, the one thing about the healing process is never linear, okay? And because it's never linear, sometimes you might encounter bumps, roadblocks, but I think it's a good thing not to be too harsh on ourselves, to be to be not really take it easy, but to be aware that there are some moments when we actually might get triggered again. So that's one thing. The triggers will always come back. So in one way or another, and the onus or the responsibility or even the burden lies on us to be able to stay strong regardless of that. Okay, so that's the thing. So but talking about going back to the thing about me walking to the bus stop, halfway through that short 5 to 10 minutes walk, I was like suddenly thinking, oh yeah, all of a sudden I felt very released from all the trauma bonds. I wasn't even triggered, and I was like thinking, oh, I feel delivered. Like deliver being a term, in certain exorcism or deliverance ministries in certain charismatic churches and whatever. But I believe in that thing. Some of it is just really a lot of superstition, and they don't have a lot of basis in any traditional Bible teaching or whatever. But that said, the thing is this. I really don't care about the narcissists. Those people in my life. They can disappear. The point is this. You want to reach that state where even if they come back again in one way or another, you behave as if they are no longer existent. Basically, they are not alive anymore, or they're not existent in this world. So they don't have that effect on you. Okay, that's the state you want to reach for. You don't want to always end up always being angry, always being triggered, being cursing and swearing, because by always be remaining that triggered, you become subsequently as disenfranchised. Not that they are disenfranchised, but you become as bitter, hateful, and pretty negative like them. And I don't think we want to be like that anyway. So yeah. So anyway, I think that this is it actually for now, and I will actually get going soon. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff to do. I need to grab some drink and some water. Not drink. When I say drink, I don't mean wine or alcohol. I just mean drink as in something like a tea or protein powder, protein drink, whatever. Yeah, just to get my needs. But otherwise, it's time to actually just get to doing something. And anyway, tomorrow I have to work in the morning again. So, but anyway, I hope everyone has a good night, good day wherever you are. Okay, and Bye bye.